All right. I want to welcome you all to another episode of the season 4 prelude of the Black Dot podcast, Healing for the Soul. This episode is kind of piggybacking off of the first trauma episode from season 1. Be honest with y'all, starting this episode, I went back and listened to the first trauma episode. I don't like the sound of my own voice, so we're kind of working through that. And thank God there's not a fire alarm beeping through this one, so let's praise God for that. At first this episode was going to be a solo dolo one, but I feel like I do better when I have certain conversations with certain people that I trust. And I didn't think of anybody else but my brother, my cousin, one of my best friends, really, Rhaheem Franklin. Y'all know him from season 1?
Season
1, season 3. You did
Yes.
season 3 too, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, you did season 1, Journey to Self-Love. That's the name of the episode. Season 3 was the acceptance episode. So yeah, y'all are not new to him, but still, I'm going to have him introduce himself if you somehow was living under a rock.
Cousin,
This is
not
my
you,
brother.
not you doing it.
Yep,
Well,
my brother Rhaheem Franklin. Do you tell him who you are, man?
oh my goodness. Well, I'm Rhaheem Franklin. My cousin Marquise, he brought me on once again to this amazing podcast. First of all, I want to thank him for extending the olive branch, and invite me back onto this amazing podcast. But my name is Rhaheem Franklin. I am a fashion designer.
One of the greatest fashion designers.
Stop it. You want to know what's crazy, cousin? Like, we haven't spoken in some time now. You know, I stopped Poison 95.
Yeah, I was going to get into that with you because I'm curious as to why, but I'm going to say he puts the shit on. Y'all think
Oh my goodness.
yes, he puts the shit on.
Stop it. But lover of fashion, lover of people, I took a step back from, my own clothing line to go back to doing a 9 to 5. So I'm the assistant general manager at a retail store. So that has been kind of eye-opening to get back into the swing of things. And but other than that, just an amazing light. That's what I try to be. And I guess it runs in the family because Marquise is just the same way. So
Thank you. This episode, like I told you guys before, was kind of piggybacking off of the first trauma episode from season 1. And in between season 1 and now sitting on season 4 and recording this prelude, there's been a lot that has happened. I've learned a lot about the different layers of trauma than what we naturally know. And it's been a time. One of the things I've learned is going through reliving trauma. I never really understood what people meant when they said like they are feeling like they're reliving this thing that they have been through, or they're reliving this particular thing that happened. Never really realized it until I realized I'm around people who are attached to my trauma, and I don't seem to be able to move on because I'm always feeling like I'm reliving that moment or that feeling around them.
Mhm.
I feel like we have a lot of moments where we relive things, but we don't necessarily look at it from the standpoint of trauma. Does that make sense?
Right.
I feel like I've been reliving some things more than what I realized. And it's kind of made things harder in terms of trying to move on, in terms of trying to heal. Like, I find myself sometimes being mad as hell when I think about things. Like, you ever heard people say to feel safe? I don't think I've ever really felt safety the way I thought I did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever felt safety. When I say safe, I don't mean the natural understanding of safe. Like, I mean, like, I don't think I've ever felt safe enough to really express a lot of what I really have felt these past couple of years.
Do
Like,
you feel like, and I hate to cut you off, but do you
no,
feel like
go.
it's not safe for you to express with family, with friends, with people you're dating? Um, like who don't you feel safe with
I feel like it's a mix of all.
of all?
Yeah. I feel like sometimes I wonder, and this might be me being in my head because I do that a lot. I feel like sometimes I question, do they really consider my feelings? Because
Wow.
a lot of times, and you know me, I will go to the ends of the earth for you. You could be right, you could be wrong. I don't care. I'm gonna stick with you. Now, I might pull you to the side and tell you, hey, you wrong for that. But in the
Uh-huh.
public, no, that's my nigga. No, ain't no, and I feel like people don't. When it's me, it's like, he'll get over it. He can take it.
Cousin, we're having those same feelings. I will
Crazy.
tell you this, and I'm so excited. Shout out to one of my good friends, Simone.
Hey, Simone.
I'm starting therapy Tuesday.
Good.
And she was one of the she was the person that kind of talked me through it, because when I went about, finding the therapist and going through all of that, she was pushing me, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that. Just pushing me forward, because I became so overwhelmed. I began to think so far into the future instead of being present.
Yeah.
Like, what if one of the questions I asked her, I was like, well, what if I start crying the first session? She was like, if you gotta cry, cry.
Exactly.
But I say all that to say, to go back to what you were saying, that has been a thought for me as well. Um, just navigating, through life, navigating with family, with friends, and even relationships, like how I asked you. That has been a thought for me, because I mean, I know for me, I'm loyal till I can't be no more. When I'm with you, I'm with you. But when I'm not with you, let me tell you, it's over for you. You're done.
Yeah.
It's like I never met you. But I too, and just recently had those same thoughts and those same feelings. So I think this is a time right now. Everyone is just really thinking it about, relationships and some of the people in their lives, and they're wanting to ask themselves, are these people truly for me? Do I feel safe in these situations or in these relationships? Not situations, relationships. Do I feel safe in these relationships? Do I feel valued in these relationships? So I get that, cousin. So let me ask you this.
Okay.
The biggest relationship that means the most to you, if you can think about who that is, what that looks like. In this current moment, right now, do you feel safe? Do you feel valued?
Sometimes.
Do you feel like it's um you have to give something in order to feel valued?
I feel like I'm trying to think of how to put it in words. I feel like when it comes to that particular relationship, I feel like sometimes I expect me out of other people.
Let me tell you, you
That's where the
hitting it.
problem comes in at. Like, the
Yes.
toughest conversation my therapist had with me, she was like, she has this thing of, What does that have to do with you?
Oof.
And at first, I'm like, well, damn, why the fuck you asking like that?
Hold on, one question. Your
Yeah,
therapist is black?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay.
And so at first, I'm like, well, why the fuck would you ask me something like that? You know.
Uh,
But then when I thought about it, and she explained it, she was like, a lot of these situations, you're expecting you out of other people. In some of these situations, it don't have nothing to do with you. You don't
guilty.
like the. She was like, you don't like the feeling of it, of course. You don't like the way things went down, and that's
Right,
okay. But at the
right.
same time, what does this in this particular moment? How is this causing harm to you? You can't change them, but you can change your response to it.
That's right.
I was like, oh, okay, all right, okay.
Now she read you, cousin.
Yeah, that's really what I felt. I was like, okay, I didn't pay you for that, but all right. And she was like, you're gonna have to get to a point where you're gonna have to be okay with other people's responses not being how you think they should be. And she was like, when it comes to, because really what got me into therapy was really family issues.
Mhm.
And at the time when I got into therapy, me and my family I feel like we weren't in the best place as far as me and them. And then on top of that, I ended up getting laid off. Then had a sister on my daddy's side that passed. Relationship issues, like everything was happening all at one time. Like there was no break in between anything.
Mhm.
So it was like, I'm going to therapy trying to figure this out because I don't really have any other option left. Like, and when she started like working with me, at first I tried to lie to her. And I tried to like tell her, yeah, everything is fine. No, I don't get mad. I don't get angry. No, I don't curse. I ain't flipping furniture or nothing like that. I ain't threatening
Ah,
nobody. She was like, she sat there and listened to the whole conversation. And she was like, are you done? And I said, yeah, what you mean? She said, so when you feel like you want to tell me the truth, you call me.
oh,
She said, I'm not even going to charge you for this session. You call me when you feel like you want to tell me the truth. I said, okay. And then before she logged off, I said, wait, maybe there is something. And so
Mhm.
we started talking. And she was like, this process is not going to work if you want to lie to me. She's like, I'm not the type of person where I'm just going to charge you to sit and lie in front of me. I'm really here to help.
Mhm.
And when I started like explaining stuff to her and talking to her, I never heard you know how people say like the younger you doesn't heal, so it carries over into the older you. Never heard that until I started working with her. And she was like, there's certain parts of you, the younger you, that didn't get what you felt you needed.
Oof.
And now it's going into the older you. So when it pops up in the older you, it's triggering that younger you that did not get what they felt they should have got.
Right, right. Okay, I have a question.
Go ahead.
So, you said you logged off. So, is this a virtual
Yeah, she was
session? Okay.
yeah.
So let me say this. So, upon like choosing a therapist, I really wanted someone. I really wanted to have a session in person. But when I was going through the therapist, one that I really like just liked, just reading her profile and hearing all of her accolades and all of that. She only offers sessions virtually. So I guess what I'm asking is, did you have a preference at first? And if you did, what won you over with having sessions virtually?
Um, when I thought about doing like actual therapy,
Mhm.
first my thing was they had to be black. That was my non-negotiable. They got to be black.
So why? Why?
Because I felt like for me,
Uh-huh.
when it comes to trauma as a black person, it's a different type of battle.
Right.
And for me, I didn't want to sit in front of somebody and they not be able to relate to the different layers of my trauma as a Black man. And for me,
I
it was
agree
like,
with
I
that.
gotta sit in front of somebody who gets it, who
I agree.
understands it, you
I
know?
agree with that. I agree with that. Even make light of certain situations,
Yeah, yeah.
because like I told you before, like I'm assistant general manager at a retail store, and I would say majority of um the rest of the leadership, they are white,
Mhm.
and they just so happen to be white women. So you can only imagine a lot of like the um microaggressions and everything that comes with that. And how many times I'd be like, girl, who you play with? Like, we're not doing that. Um, so I would want to even talk about those experiences in my therapy. So I totally agree with you. Like it had to be someone who would not only get it, but not make light of the situation or make it seem as if, I'm being dramatic. Because people know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah,
Hello?
yeah, yeah.
So, but no, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, no, no. Because how you say people know what they be doing. I've always been told that I try to see the good in people,
Uh-huh.
and to the point where it sometimes blinds me to the reality. And I can't say that I disagree. I try to give people grace because I'm gonna be honest with you, I make mistakes. Sometimes I do shit and I don't even realize I be doing it. Hell, I might be doing
Mhm.
something right now, I don't realize I'm doing it. So I try to give people grace.
Right.
And I try to, like I said before, rock with you till the wheels fall off. And for me, it's like once them wheels are falling and I really see what you doing and how you are, I
Mhm.
take it to heart because it's like I be out here rocking with people and defending people, and when they get ready, Marquise is the bad guy. Mo is just mean. I'm angry. Like so many labels, and it's like, but up until that point, I was the one defending you. I was the one that,
Cousin,
you know,
cousin, what's your zodiac sign?
Virgo.
You're a Virgo. Okay.
Hmm.
I think that's my what? Moon sign. But the reason I say this, I totally agree. Um, being not only the only Black person in senior leadership at my job, but also being a Black man, you know what that comes with. Majority of the associates that I work with, they are white women. So you can only imagine if I'm happening to, let it be known, hey, sweetheart, you're not doing that right, or your attendance isn't good, or you're not moving as quickly, or you're just starting confusion on the job. So when those conversations need to happen, there's so much pushback because one thing about Rhaheem, he's very direct.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Expect, especially at my job. If I'm working, because I feel like that's what a lot of people like to, they say, oh, well, people in leadership, they don't be working. The same thing I'm requiring for other people to do, I do it. So if I'm busting my tail, I'm coming in here sometimes as early as 6:30. You got to come in here. If I'm coming here with this positive attitude, this light, not saying that you're going to be like me, but don't come in here just being any kind of way,
That's
being
true.
messy, looking,
True.
and then, oh Lord Jesus, well, you see, should I stop? I think I don't want to take it there.
Before you do, I kind of want to think about all of that from this aspect too.
Uh-huh.
I don't think people really recognize the trauma that comes with being Black.
In leadership,
Like,
being Black in leadership.
and when I say this, I'm gonna put a disclaimer out there because I don't feel like tussling. Um, when I
Look,
say there's trauma
I'll
with being
tussle
black,
for you.
when I say there's trauma with being black, I'm a proud black man.
Uh-huh.
Wouldn't change it. So let me put that out there. But there's a certain, when you think of everything that we have been through as a race of people,
Mm-hmm.
and when you think about the stuff that is happening now, there's a certain level of fatigue, a certain level of over it, a certain level of just trauma that's attached to waking up every day being black in America. And it's like, sometimes you feel like, what's next today? What are they saying about us today? Or what are they trying to do to us today? And I think in a way, as the generations have gone by, it's like there's been this level of unity to a certain extent, but there's been this level of disconnect too, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Where I feel like for us as a people, we got to wake up to the fact that if we're talking black liberation, it can't just be this group of black people and not all groups of black people. It can't be this group of black people get to be free because they're Christian. This group of black people, no, because of whatever. Does it make sense? I feel like there's a level that we're missing when it comes to that level of trauma that I don't think we've really deep dive. I'm gonna be honest with you. We might have a couple more trauma episodes because I think I want to deep dive this thing just a little bit more. So yeah, maybe official season 4, season 5. We might have another trauma episode because we need to talk. What is your take on what I said when it comes to the level of trauma? Because you mentioned trauma when it comes to being a black man in leadership, when it comes to how I said being a black man in America and going through all of what we've been through. What is your take or your perspective on that layer of trauma?
So I feel like black people don't get the luxury to have a bad day. You know, they don't get the luxury to, not feel like it, not want to show up, as our, white counterparts, or even other races, not just white people. But I feel like even on those days where I don't feel like it, I'm going to take up space. I take up space. If I don't feel like it, I'm staying in my own little corner. I'm not being disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, just being mean to you. None of that. If I know that I don't feel like, I just don't feel like it. I don't feel like laughing at your corny jokes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like babysitting you or just hearing anything that come out of your mouth. I don't feel like it. So I'm going to take up this space because I've earned the right to. Just like how any other day you may feel like you need to check out, you'll do it. So I'm going to do it. And I feel like whenever those days come up, as black people, you should do that. You should take that space to say, hey, I'm not feeling it today. You have that right.
And not feel guilty.
And not feel guilty. And not feel guilty. You should be able to say, you know what? I ain't feeling like this today. I'm going to just go ahead and still get my money. I'm going to go to work and leave. And you have that right. So if every single black person start taking that and saying, hey, you know what? Mo was right. I ain't got to laugh at them corny jokes today.
Mm-hmm.
I can be in my own little corner.
Yep.
But then also, you have to also realize that can also wake up the enemy to wanna just mess with you.
Yeah.
Now
You
that
preaching.
now
Okay. All right, you preaching. Go ahead. Go ahead.
uh,
Go ahead. Go ahead. I got your
cousin
collection plate. Go
cousin, go
ahead.
ahead. Go no, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead,
I
cousin.
got your collection plate. If you want to go ahead.
I'm just saying because it's ridiculous a lot of the times, like, you have to show up, you have to put in on this face and this front, and to me, for someone like me, that it comes natural to, that I engage with people, I make friends easily.
Mhm.
And not even friends, I just people gravitate towards me. People wanna know me, wanna talk to me, wanna, "Hey, how you doing? I love your outfit," you know? Um and then not only people, but even, some of the people that I work with love to wanna, just be in the loop of me. And then when that light isn't showing or that spark isn't lit up, over on Raheem, you know?
Yeah.
And not giving me the grace, because there's been many times, okay, baby doll she might be feeling not too good. Let me go on ahead about my business and let her just have her moment. And then go the next day, You good, sweetie pie? Everything good?"
Yeah.
You know? So
Cause
it goes back to what you say, you know? I'm sorry, go ahead.
I feel like with everything that you're saying, it's like I feel like for first off, anybody that's listening, watching this, praise God. Anybody that's watching this, I feel like so many of us who are people of color
Mhm.
that have had days where I'm tired. I don't feel like doing. I don't feel like I just want to exist. I feel like it's okay to have your moment to say I don't want to do it. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like carrying the load today. For those who feel like I don't want to deal with toxic family, with toxic friends, toxic relationships, please understand it's okay to live in your boundaries,
Mhm.
live in your non-negotiables. Because I
Mhm.
feel like that's not talked about enough too. It's understanding what works for you, what you will not deal with, what you choose to tolerate.
Okay.
Because it's tough out here. It's hard out here being a pimp when you're trying to get
Hard
money.
out here for a
It's
pimp.
tough.
You know it's harder.
So I feel like this episode, this conversation, I wanted to really, piggyback off of season 1, but I wanted to really have conversation about the different layers and the different looks of trauma, because it's not just one thing.
Mhm.
And I think with the conversation of therapy, the conversation of feeling safe, the conversation of what is it like to be in these situations where you feel like you have to give, you feel like you have to give something to get something. That's different examples of trauma right there,
Yes.
and for a lot of us, not all of us, but a lot of us, I feel like we've been taught trauma is only supposed to look one way, when the truth of the matter is trauma can be anything that
Anything.
affects you in a way where it's tough.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna ask you this too, because I
Mhm.
told you I'm gonna get you out of here. I want to ask you this too before I let you go. How do you feel like you starting therapy? How do you feel like it's going to affect the way that you deal with things. Because I'm gonna be honest, from our relationship, when I've seen you go through tough times, you still manage to be positive about it. You still manage to somehow, like me, I'm probably gonna shut down. I need a minute to figure it out. I need a minute
Mhm.
to step one, step two. But you hold it together a lot better than what I think you do. You hold it together a lot better. So I'm curious, better question, what do you expect to get out of starting your therapeutic journey? If you're okay to share. Now, don't tell your business if you don't want to. Not gonna, that.
Um, I guess I feel like I want better. I feel like I want better as far as relationships. And not just romantic, but
Yeah.
I want to dig deep. I want to go deep with my relationships. I feel like a lot of them are very like surface somewhat. Um I feel like it gets kind of weird when it gets like close or intense. Like even in friendships, like I'm like, okay, we're starting to hang out a lot.
We're starting to got a lot.
We're starting to hang out a lot. Like, should I like continue to unfold, unravel? Because I feel like you know, I have so many sides to me. Um, but I guess I'm afraid or fearful of letting each and every single individual side of me um known. I guess I'm afraid to let it out. So I feel like with going to therapy, I will be able to open up. I'll be able to really strengthen my boundaries. Because I can be a people pleaser. I can, look at the good side of everyone, expect me from everyone, and a lot of the times end up like in situations where it's like, Raheem, what are you doing? You know? Um, Even when it comes down to like, being a light, being a beacon of light. Um, and because there could be so much pushback that I've have experienced just for just being myself, it's like sometimes I would like kind of tone it down or, you know, okay, Raheem, you gotta dress down or you can't be too, jazzy. But I don't want to do that. I want to be able to freely express who I am as I am in any way, shape, form, any place, anywhere I go. Um, but really, I really just want to, what it all boils down to, I really just want a wonderful, amazing, healthy relationship with myself. That's what it all boils down. I want to, because I feel like I already have, but you can never love yourself enough.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like with this therapy, I'm just gonna let me tell you how I'm gonna be a problem. Raheem Raheem just started going to that therapy. He just can't stop talking about himself. He don't want to be with nobody. He just he want to marry himself. Okay, now no, I don't. I'm single.
I
I'm
think about,
single.
I would marry me, but that's another story.
Let me tell you.
You know,
Hey, I need that ring on this finger.
I would marry me, but I want to end this. And yes, y'all heard right. I would marry me.
Come on,
I,
marry me.
I would. I want to end this like this because normally and I'm thankful for it. Most guests come on here and they pour into me, and I'm very thankful for it. But I would like to say to you,
Uh
you deserve the best of the best. You have
Let me
been
tell you.
you have been before you because I gotta get this out. You have been my listening ear. Whenever I am inebriated, I call, you answer. Um,
Child.
you have been one of the people that has always reminded me to remember who I am. And I am always grateful for that because you don't have to do that, but you always do. Anytime I text, you always respond, you always come through. If I call, you don't answer, you always call me back. Anything that I've ever asked for you to do, like even this, I have shot this episode like maybe 3 different times and didn't like any of the takes that I shot. So when I called you and I was like, hey, you ready for round 2? Instantly, you were there. So I have to tell you, thank you for always showing up for me, for always protecting me and doing this journey of this show, this life. Thank you for being there in all parts of
Of course, cousin.
it. I have to tell you that.
Of course.
So on this particular episode, y'all, there is going to be, I've decided, another trauma episode, maybe 2 more, because I think today we kind of scraped the surface of some things I really want to deep dive more. I do want for you to come back if you're up to it, and let's do this again, because I think this, I'm glad I made the decision to do this, y'all. This is like shot number 4, so yeah. So yeah, because I've shot 3 of them and I didn't like none of them. This one was the best one, so we're keeping this one. But thank you.
Thank you, cousin. Let me tell you something. Great things are happening for you. You keep pushing forward. Forget the naysayers. It's happening for you, man.
Thank you. Stay on after I end this. But to y'all, I want to tell y'all thank y'all so much for this show. I didn't think a season 4 was ever going to be done. Didn't think I would get past season 1, to be honest with you. Didn't see this going this far, but thank y'all so much. I do want to tell y'all, be kind to yourself, please. This world is doing its own thing. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. There's always hope for us. But right now, be kind to yourself. Love yourself. No matter what you do it to the best of your ability. Just be kind. We can do all the other stuff later, but be kind to yourself. Love yourself. And if you black, stay black in all of its shades and beauty.
That's right.
And don't be ashamed of who you are and whose you are. Until next time, good people.